crazy out here, y'all. Stay focused. Let's go, KD. Take a look around you, look and find your way, man. Find your way, man. Yeah, take a look around you, look and find your way, man.
Yeah, I ain't talk is talk, and move is move. When I come in, bitch, I change the rule. Got things to do, I done pay my dues. But where was you? Nigga, where was you? I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Hey, you the one that say that. You and me go way back. When this whole thing over, I'ma send my invoice, pay that. You don't wanna say that. You don't want this payback. I keep my composure, this my kingdom, nigga, stay back. We had a couple of moments, you had a choice, nigga, own it. Your real colors, they showing. I'm real, nigga, I'm focused. When I come around, I'm fly with it. Stay moving, do buy with it. New sound, just vibe with it. Same truth and we die with it. I see it like it's an obstacle. I never sit on the fence. Nothing to me is impossible. Music of means to the end. Most of the shit is illogical. All of y'all niggas depend on what they pretend. Just think what you had, stop looking at trends. You wearing your heart like it's topical.
Now the pain is gone, the fame is on, and they play my songs. Yeah, it's real. Yeah, it's real.
Yeah, I ain't talk is talk, and move is move. When I come in, bitch, I change the rule. Got things to do, I done pay my dues. But where was you? Nigga, where was you? I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. New era, I got y'all. Real game, we pop off, no knockoffs. Open eyes, we watch out. Mobilize, won't cop out. COVID-19 cops out, don't flop now. Open skies, we fly now. New agenda, they try now. Most y'all getting real scared of the headlines when you find out. End game getting real near. If you don't know, you behind now. Behind the times, government hide behind the lines. Most brands trying to monetize. All of us have to stay inside, don't socialize. Yeah, talk is talk, and move is move. When I come in, bitch, I change the rule. Got things to do, I done pay my dues. But where was you? Nigga, where was you? I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe.
Man, it's too early in the morning for this shit. But let's get it. Yeah.
Yeah. Ay, all of y'all talking, but I just went. Papa Swole, put nuts on they chin. Like Everest and K2 get mountains of cash. Looked in the crowd, saw my name on the ass. You made them bands, now your money is spent. I stash away about 40%. Empire with honey like I'm Gary V. My Benny's all blue, but the product is green. I'm dropping slappers to hell with an album. Might fuck around and go see Jimmy Fallon. I multiply while you bury your talents. Cause I'm like a hawk when I bury my talents. Guess what I'm saying? I pray on these niggas. There was a day when I'd pray for these niggas. Now I got nothing to say to these niggas. I pray that God does away with these niggas. I keep my friends close, but my enemies closer. My mental is gross, but my verses are kosher. These girls going wild, but I'm not a poacher, so I just keep shining like Elon, I'm solar. All of y'all talking, but I just went. Papa Swole, put nuts on they chin. Like Everson K2 get mounds of cash. Looked in the crowd, saw my name on the ass. You made them bands, now your money is spent. I stash away about 40%. Empire with honey like I'm Gary V. My bennies are blue, but the product is green. Gotta make this money, only game I know. I'm the only king, this ain't no Game of Thrones. Everybody wanna be a fucking king until it's time to do what a king does. Everywhere I look, it's just kids and drugs. Everywhere I look, it's just gangs and thugs. Can't tame the guns, can't save our loved ones. I grew my funds and I called the plug. Then I filled my lungs, I don't mess with that new shit. Y'all talking tough, but ain't none of y'all do shit. Y'all chasing money, you want the exposure. Y'all think y'all funny and snake Gucci loafers. I don't give disclaimers, I rap full disclosure. These niggas all think they were born in October. The only thing different between you and I is that I also have stacks on plus stacks when I'm older. Stacks when I'm older. Yeah, stacks when I'm older. The only thing different between you and I is that I also have millions in cash when I'm older. All of y'all talking, but I just win. Papa Swole, put nuts on they chin. Like Everson K2 get mounds of cash. Looked in the crowd, saw my name on the ass. You made them bands, now your money is spent. I stash away about 40%. Empire with honey like I'm Gary V. My bennies are blue, but the product is green.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
And
go to the fucking gym.
Me.
Eat a fucking steak, you son of a bitch.
Not the time, helicopter.
Go fuck yourself.
Go. Hey.
Old Normuth.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
What's going on, beaches, booshes, bustas, hustlers, and yo-hos? It's your boy, Papa Swolio, back with another episode. In today's episode, the Beastcast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everston K2, flexing on all you beaches. Welcome to the show, fam. Welcome to the new year. Happy New Year, everyone. Happy Swole New Year. In fact, we had a great party earlier this week. And of course, we'll have another episode tomorrow where we had new releases. So we'll get into all that. Of course, today we have the Swole card. We got Church is back on the show. And of course, we have FYR. She's snuggling with Tessie. Drop in the comments down below what better time to talk about resolutions and fucking those resolutions than right here on the Mancast. Hashtag FYR. Drop in the comments down below for a chance to win today's Swole card. She's looking for treats. No more treats. No more treats. Aww. And of course, we got Tainty Man. He's probably out of focus too because I didn't focus it because he wasn't on the bed and he's on there. Anyway, round of applause. The puppers are bringing in the brand new year also. So they're active. It's cold as shit. Cold as shit down here in Florida. But one more day of colder temperatures. So I hope you're staying warm. And I hope you had a good and safe new year yesterday. And I hope you brought in the new year or closed out the last year with an awesome workout. That being said, let's get into today's episode. We have the first release, so to speak.
What's in the box?
We got some merch today, of course. Wow, we're zoomed in on, what is that, toilet paper? We're zoomed in. Of course, I'm rocking the Ozempic gym shirt. We got Pete Kesey this AM wearing one of my Christmas presents. Love the looks. Let's go. Very nice. Get America. Yeah! Super awesome. Super awesome. Looking good. We are rocking the same. We are same, but different. Go to the fucking gym. Stop shortchanging yourself. Stop taking shortcuts. You deserve better. Go to the fucking gym, eat a steak, and make those gains. Stop popping pills and taking injections. Your body deserves better. At least start with some proper habits before you start adding extra crap. Good advice, Pete. Good advice. Now let's get into that tip. We got a bunch of Swole fan posts. We're talking goals for 2026. Let's get into it.
Just an inch.
Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe. Let's get into it. First, This is awesome. I love this picture. It looks just like me. Looks just like me. That's me, actually.
Wow.
Man, it could be me. AI is getting real good. Look at that. So if you ever wondered when people ask me, Papa Swole, are you natural? This is what I would look like if I wasn't natural. So you can't ask me that anymore. Like I said, if I wasn't natural, you would know. You would know. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. This is what I would look like if I was saucy. Makes me want to take everything in the world. This is what I would look like. My face would look like that if, man, that's growth hormone. That's growth hormone for a bit. That's what growth hormone would make me look like. My face would get more caveman-like. But look at those muscles. Look at those gains. Makes me want to get makes me just want to take it all. Just inject it right into the glute. Give it to me. Give it to me. Look at those gains. It's interesting how much it looks. Like it could pull it off. It looks like a nice cycle. Looks like a cycle. Looks like 10 IUs or something of growth hormone a day or whatever it is. All right. Drop in the comments. What are your goals for 2026? If you're not a member or you didn't answer this post, make sure you go and do so. It's pinned to the top of the community section in the app, but drop in the comments down below. What are your goals for 2026? And we'll get into some of your live comments also. Brian says, I'm making this left twig of a leg strong again. The cane is gone. So is the brace. Good for you. Good for you. My only job now is to get this limb functional so I can get off the desk and back to working with my troops. Let's fucking go. Love to hear it, Brian. Good for you. Good for you. Cerny says, my plan is to hit those weights hard without causing another damn injury. Pay more damn attention in the moment. If I feel that little weird feeling, I'm not going to push it. Ultimate goal is to live another year pain-free. And yes, even at the ripe age of Cerny, we're just going to call it Cerny's age, just Cerny. You realize that you just don't want to be in pain. And wisdom still plays. When you have those feelings, it's so easy. I get it too. Oh, it feels a little bit uncomfortable. It feels a little weird. Oh, I could do one more set. Let me just push one more. I always treat it now the same way as I would the last run when I used to go snowboarding. Whenever there's time for one more. We could do one more. We could do one more run. That's always the run you cut off. No. Leave that last run off. Leave that last rep off or that last set. If you're unsure, the answer is no. So if you feel a little bit, you're a little bit uncertain, even if it's in the back of your head, I didn't feel anything, but I think your body's telling you something. All right. Be smart. Be smart. Be smart. And this is why yoga and everything's so important, because you look at the 7 pillars, the number one thing you don't want to do is feel pain. Of course, there's discomfort. And the thing about life and the thing about training is you have to push yourself to that level of discomfort. You have to push yourself to that limit, but you have to know where that limit is. And guess what? When you're new to training or you're building that experience, you don't really know where that limit is. So sometimes you go past it and you get too sore, you get injured and you're like, oh, fuck, I won't do that again. But it's really easy to not think that much about it or cut your warm up short or rush something when it just is so simple as, you know what? I'm not going to have enough time to pay attention. Maybe you feel great and you're like, oh, I only have 30 minutes today. Let me just do a quick warm up and let me get into it. But your head's a little bit distracted. You're not focusing enough. You're not paying attention to certain cues. You're maybe not as hydrated as you should be. The simple thing is just do it tomorrow, do something else today, and then focus 100% on what you're doing. If you're putting yourself under a lot of load and you're pushing yourself to that limit, you better be ready. Your head better be in it. And when it's not, that's when you have issues. That's when you have problems. Joe says, I'm finally going to commit to the program, stop 60%ing it, and get the results I've been hoping to get for a while. Well, Joe, if you're putting in at 60%, you're probably only getting 35 out of it. So you got to give it 100%, and then hopefully you get 90 or 95 because nothing's perfect. So 60% is not even close to the effort you need to be putting in. And we're going to be getting after it this year. Won't we, Joe? Won't we? Yes, we will. Lacey says, recovery, podium at Worlds, and do a little better every day. Good for you. Good for you. Good goals. Get on the podium and focus more on recovery. Smart. Melissa says, remaining consistently consistent in all of the 7 pillars. Wow.
Wow.
Who would have thought Melissa is going to be consistent with her pillars? That's something new. I never thought I would see that. Shay says, to lean out, last one, build my upper body strength, see my abs, and to have a rockin' body for my wedding and honeymoon in April. Well, congratulations. Good for you. Good for you. Good for you. Good for you. Congratulations. And I like that. I like that. Good. April comes quickly. So obviously, you know, if you have a goal, this is what's important. Think ahead. What do you want to achieve? And get specific. Some of those things were like Lacey says, and we can get more into it and you can follow up with that. But when you say recovery, what does that mean? So even if you didn't say it in the comments and you didn't tell me what it meant, make sure you know for yourself. What does making an improvement mean? Get specific. What does that mean for you? What does an improvement look like? What time frame is that improvement likely to happen in? What should I do? If it's 6 months, what are my goals for 3 months? What are my goals for 1 month? How do I get to the goals for 1 month? Well, you have weekly goals. Well, how do I get those weekly goals? Well, you have to have daily goals. Well, how do I get those daily goals? Well, you have to manage and plan or strategize or set up those proper habits during the day and moment to moment. So set yourself up for success. All right, we got some, first one of the year, fam. We got Rate My Meal. Could be a rough start. I wouldn't doubt it. So let's get into the first one. We got.
What's in the box?
Good start. Good start. Didn't expect it to start off this well. We got steak. We got a ribeye. That's obviously a ribeye. And some asparagus. All right. I like it. I like it.
I gave it a
And that's the way. I like
I don't
it.
have asparagus like we used to. I haven't had that in a while. It burns my tongue a little bit. Probably the oxalates or maybe something with the asparagus. But I did like it. Nice crunch, nice taste. But, you know, it just kind of bothers my tongue a little bit. So I generally avoid it. But good stuff. Steak, I like it. Once you get the meat in there, the rest of it is kind of like whatever fits right for you. So the steak is the important part. We finally have some steak, so I'm not going to be as nitpicky when I see some steak there. It's like, finally, no fucking cottage cheese in a picture. Now this is questionable. Boyd. Okay, hold on a second.
You switch the samples.
Everything here is great, and then it takes a turn with the peas. So I don't know what's happening. I don't know what people see peas like peas. Probably the next. It's all that's like as inedible as kale or broccoli. It's just something that's mouth filler. The taste of peas is probably the most grotesque. Yeah. So we got an egg. Maybe I'm assuming it's a hard boiled egg. That'd be pretty gangster if you just put an egg in there, just straight up. It looks like chicken or some sort of pork or something. We got some sweet potato. Okay. Or pumpkin. I'm assuming it's sweet potato. And then just a pile of peas. So, all right. In other words, enjoy the green pellets. But you can see how that doesn't do it for me. That doesn't do it for me. I'm glad it does it for you, Boyd. But yeah, good base meal. Again, play around, see what works best for you. But I hate peas. I fucking hate peas. Gross. All right. Jared. All right. We get this. Mm-hmm.
You look full retard, man. Why don't you get the hell out of here before I snap your dick off and jam it into your ass?
There's a couple things going on in this picture. All right. A couple things going on in this picture. Obviously not his. I think this is from that viral meme where someone ordered a pizza and then arranged the pepperoni as a swastika. So first off, we got the pizza. Okay. Failure number one. And then we got the little, the not so subtle messaging on the pizza. So Jared, you might want to find a different supplier. Just, we'll move on. But, yeah, someone has a message to send over at that pizza place. I'm pretty sure that that's a meme because someone claimed that that's what they received. And then there was like people fired. Wasn't it a Domino's or someone that put a swastika on pizza? I think that's from this or whatever. Har, har, har. Very funny. Jeremy Merry. It's a good name for that time of year. Homemade chicken nuggets.
What the fuck is that?
That chicken don't look good, bro. That doesn't look like, just because it's in a ball doesn't make it a nugget. There's some work to convince me that those are chicken nuggets. I mean, I guess they're not fried and breaded and in the shape of, but those look soggy. I don't know, man. Just a plate of that. I don't know, man. Those don't look tasty. I hope they were good. I hope they were good because you ate them. Joe, we got some smoked maple whiskey. I've never had that, but my taste buds can't handle that shit anymore. We got what we got? Mark Twain cigar. Those are good. Mark Twain. Looks like you cut a little bit extra off the tip though. You got a little aggressive with that cutter. Only the tip. You don't want to cut off the whole cap. Just some cigar advice there. But Mark Twain's a good brand. And hope you enjoyed it. Little cigar and whiskey. All right. But even when I used to like to drink whiskey, I don't like flavored stuff. Smoked maple, I never liked those kinds of tastes. I never liked flavors and all those kinds of things, but Mark Twain's got some good cigars. John Kias, my lunch. Jesus Christ. Guinness? All right. Actually, Guinness is usually better digested in terms of beer, but I never really got too much into Guinness. I used to try it, but out of a can? Bro, be careful with those cans. All right. My lunch, just a beer. All right. Tough crowd. Rough start, but it is what it is.
Then there's something wrong with you. You're certainly not very good.
Whoa. All right. We'll get into some questions in a second. Actually, let's shift over. If you got questions, drop in the comments. Hashtag Ask Papa Swole. Reminder, we got awesome specials. We still got buy one, get one fitty over on papaswolio.com. And one of the things that we released recently, you see the flag on the wall. I got the back to the fucking gym. I really love this design, so I've been leaving that up more than ever. We got awesome trucker hats and stuff. I haven't worn this one in a while. Ozempic gym shirts. But we also have a new drop. We have new releases, but we also have a new drop. We have tapestries. Do you guys know? So, yesterday or this past week, you guys were asking me because we released it. We only had 4 designs because it took a while, right? We can only upload so many different designs for tapestries. And then I showed you guys the page and you're like, oh, there's only 4. There's not that many tapestries. Like, this is papaswolio.com. This is an amazing merch site. Where are your tapestries? So we had to have all those tapestries. So we added a lot more.
This is a castle, isn't
we have
it?
many tapestries.
There are tapestries.
We have many tapestries.
As you can see, we have many tapestries. And we have a lot more up. So we have the Red, White, and Swole, Jack Sparrow, The Gym is Knuff, Super Swole Bros. That's a great tapestry. Diet Plan. Look at these. Great. And some of these, because of the sizing, they even fit better on the design than the flag. Because sometimes we have a vertical design like the flag here and it fits perfectly. Sometimes there's more space if it's just text. So a lot of these framings, because it's not vertical and as long, it actually fills out the tapestry a lot better sometimes than even a flag. So you can put those wherever you want. Really nice. And we have a bunch more today that we didn't have before. So go and check out all the different sizes. Go and check out all those different things over there at papaswolio.com. Lots of cool tapestries. And we'll take some more questions. So live questions, drop in the chat. Hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. We have some from Instagram, but we'll give you a moment to drop live questions also. So please do so. We'll take the first one from YouTube from Controversial Opinions 69. Nice. Papa Swolio, how much protein would you recommend for a woman who's around 5'6", under 180-ish pounds who wants to gain muscle? First off, it's your strength training. You need to make sure you're progressively overloading, so stable exercises. What are your goals? And making sure that you're getting close to failure with your working sets. So we'll keep that simple for the answer. For how to build muscle, because that's more important, eating protein is not going to help you build more muscle. So you can eat as much protein as you want. If you're not providing the proper stimulus, your body is not going to build more muscle. So first and foremost, progressive overload. That's how you build muscle. When it comes to protein, you can slowly increase that over time as you gain lean mass, but start with about 0.8 grams per pound of body weight. So take your body weight. You're not eating for your fat. You're eating for your lean mass. So take 180 and multiply it by 0.8. And the rest of it, you can play around with the ratios of fat and carbohydrates that you prefer. But also you have to focus. I would focus primarily on like your environmental factors. And I would focus also on, the quality of your food. So take 180, multiply it. Someone could do the math there. 0.8. What is that? Like 140 or 150 grams or something like that, on the high end. So you can figure out what works best for you. And remember, eating more food and gaining weight, you have to be very careful because usually people want to put on muscle, they want to lose fat, but the only way they test this is by looking at a scale. So you're going to fluctuate. That's why when you're trying to lose weight or you're trying to start a protocol, we talk about the 90-day dash, we talk about strength training and then elimination diet. And some people like to do these things simultaneously, but it's really more important that you focus on your training and those daily habits first, because nutrition is a lot longer of a journey. And you don't always feel those physiological benefits right away from eliminating a food. You have cravings, you need hydration, you have to figure out new ways of methods of cooking. For a lot of people, that's a lot more to take on. So focus on your training, focus on the lifting, focus on building muscle, focus on increasing your strength. And then over time, you can slowly, gradually, over months and months and years, maybe increase your protein intake. But in the meantime, you want your body to take from extra fat stores. You want to make sure that you're not providing your body too much energy, so you're storing more as fat, because it's very hard for people to separate themselves and understand what the numbers on the scale mean. A lot of times you get distracted and you start focusing on things that are not important. And if that number isn't moving the way you want, you stop what you're doing. But if you're trying to put on muscle, you're trying to gain muscle weight. And with inflammation and hydration and this kind of stuff in the short term, you might put on a couple pounds right away, and then people stop eating as much and they don't put on as much muscle and they don't train properly. So if you're cutting too many calories, you're going to have trouble building strength if you're eating in an extreme deficit. So you got to be very careful. So start with that, and then you can go from there. All right, let's take some more Instagram questions. Again, live questions, drop in the comments, hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. Riley, Papa Swolio, what is a good 5 to 6 day split? Oh, there's many. So 5 to 6 day split is still going to be upper lower or like a push pull legs. But for most people, I think you're better off doing, at least starting off with something like push pull legs or upper lower. And whether you do 2 on 1 off or 2 on 2 off, or, you know, upper lower, rest, rest, or upper lower rest, upper lower rest, upper lower rest, or upper lower rest, upper lower rest, upper lower, rest, rest. Depends on your schedule. Sometimes people like to work it out so they don't do training on the weekends. For me, doing 2 on 1 off is a little bit, the recovery starts to wear away. So I like just doing every other day because I feel more recovered and I have more, for me, this is for me, I have more flexibility with my training when I do every other day. So if I do a little bit more volume, it gives me a range, because if I have, let's say, upper body on Monday, upper body on Friday, I have a little bit more flexibility with whether or not if I do 2 or 3 sets for a body part, or maybe I do 4, or maybe I do 5, I can recover for that next workout. So even if I do a new exercise, I get a little bit extra sore. Those 3 days in between, it's really 4 days, that gives me enough time to recover. So I have a little more flexibility. If I'm doing, let's say, upper, lower, I have 1 day of rest in between. It's not really rest. I'm doing legs. So I have to be much more mindful of my volume and my intensity on Monday if I'm going to train the body parts again on Wednesday. And I don't like that. So if I do 2 on 1 off, even for upper body on Monday, upper body on Thursday, I still don't have a lot of flexibility. There's not enough recovery, because even if you're training legs, you're still fatigued. You're creating fatigue, and legs are hard. So you have to keep in mind that it's not just your local recovery. It's also the same central nervous system. So you need to make sure that your entire body is recovered, your central nervous system is recovered, not just your muscles. Because just because, you trained your legs yesterday doesn't mean you're completely recovered and your body is ready for stress for the upper body today. So I've just found that at this point in my life and my training and how I do it and my schedule, every other day is great because I train hard. And then the next day I know I can pump the brakes. I mean, I might do a little like my Versa climber for 5 or 10 minutes, and I might do the sauna on the off days, or I might do a little club swinging, or maybe some forearms or calves, or go for a walk or do some reverse sled. It's not like I'm doing nothing, but it's not a high intense push it to the limit. So I found that that's the best split for me that I can always recover from, that I have flexibility with. So I do every other day, and sometimes I'll take 2 days in between. Maybe I'm really sore. I did a little extra volume, or it doesn't work out today, and it's all right, I'll just do it tomorrow. So I take 2 days off sometimes, but that every other day is enough for me to catch fatigue, and I can feel it coming. I can see, okay, I need an extra day. I may as well just do it tomorrow. So then it keeps in mind, okay, well, maybe I did a little bit too much the previous time. It just gives me a little more buffer to adjust rather than try to pack myself into like every other day. And I just find that if I do push-pull legs, or I do 5 or 6 times a week, for me, after a couple of weeks, I just feel a little bit more drained, and I end up going back to what I'm currently doing. So I just stay there. And I only know that because I test it and I try it. So personally, I don't think people should be doing 5 or 6 day splits anymore if you're training more intensely, but this comes down to the intensity and the volume, and then you adjust your frequency and stuff based on that. Because the harder you train, the more volume you do, the less frequently you can train. So if you like doing more sets, okay, but just keep in mind, you're gonna have to recover faster, and you might be missing out on some workouts and more regular progress by doing more, because you have to recover from it. So you could do more, but then it takes longer to recover. And then you have less opportunities over the course of weeks, months, years to provide another stimulus. So 3 to 4 times a week. Remember, stop thinking about it as chest or shoulders or arms or legs. Yes, it matters, but it's also just intense training. So if you're doing 3 days, well, it's push, pull legs. How well do you think your leg workout's going to be on Wednesday if you do 2 intense workouts on Monday and Tuesday? Like your back, like if you train your back on Tuesday and you're crushing your back and you're doing, T-bar rows or barbell rows and pull downs or one arm rows and stuff like that. And then the next day you're going to do back squats or something. Your back is fucked. You're still sore. You're still fatigued because you just did a bunch of like hard training the day before and the day before that, if you do push pull legs. And then of course you do push pull legs, you're doing 6 times in a week. You get 1 day off for your central nervous system to recover. And you're training upper body 4 times in a week and your legs twice. And then people wonder why they have fucking small legs. It's like, you got to prioritize things, spread it evenly. You don't need as much volume for body parts as you think. You just got to train harder and be more efficient with your training. And when you start getting into that and you start looking into maximum swole and what we talk about here all the time, there's a lot of exercises that hit multiple body parts. Cool. So you can simplify your training, do less variety for exercises, stick to things that will hit more muscle groups and just send it more on those. You're getting other body parts. You're doing back, you're getting your elbow flexors. You're hitting a little bit of the long head of your triceps when you're training your back. You're hitting your triceps and your shoulders when you're doing a pressing movement. So you have to think about it. How many pressing movements am I doing? You don't need a close grip bench, a flat bench, an incline bench, an overhead press, like all in the same workout. You'll just start having problems over time. Maybe not when you're 19, you're new to the gym, but you will eventually. You just can't train like that. So you got to get smarter. Especially as you get stronger, you get older, takes longer to recover, but also you're doing more load. So people like Lacey and, Mark and John and, a lot of you that have been doing this kind of stuff for a while, that as you get stronger and as you increase the load, it's just the volume has to come down because you're doing so much objectively. You have 10 plates on each side for a leg press. How many times a week can you do that? Once, maybe. I don't do heavy hack squats or heavy leg press, usually more than once a week. Just because if I train legs hard on Monday, like heavy squats and shit like that, heavy hinge, I'm probably not going to recover in time for Friday to hit the same things again. So I'll kind of have different leg days. Maybe one day I'm doing sissy squats or I'm doing leg extensions or I'm doing more like a glute focused workout where on this one, I'll do more of a squat. You just got to spread it out so you're able to recover from it. You don't want to be crippled for a week because it affects other things. Carlito, secret behind the amazing beard, scalp seed and main gains.
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
Scalp seed and main gains, right? You could use scalp seed in your beard. You can try it. Just make sure you put, if you use scalp seed on your facial hair, just test it. You could put a couple droppers. It's designed for your hair, but most ladies, you're not going to put on your face. But scalp seed, you can use in your beard. We have other stuff coming that are going to be a little bit more specifically targeted, but scalp seed's great for growth. It's great for moisturization. But it's also your nutrition. It's getting enough quality proteins and collagen and getting vitamin D and proper sleep and all those things and meat and fat and all these other things with your hormones. So you can definitely use that and also main gains for the mids and ends. So what you do is, just put the drop like in the beard and then I just kind of, you can do that at night. And then during the day, you can take the main gains and it's so soft. It's so soft. So we have products for the scalp and for the skin, and then we have more for the mids and the ends. So liver is important, organs are important, all that stuff. So remember, what's making your hair, skin, and nails? Your nutrition and your body, of course. So you need the proper nutrients and the proper things and the proper environment so you can have lower stress. People know, you guys know this. How many of you might have had this experience? You have a lot of stress. People lose their hair. They have alopecia and things fall out. They're stressed out. It's not good. So lowering stress, that's why, these are other reasons why you might look at data and people are like, oh, doing a cold plunge too much. I got into that for a while. I don't do it as often, but I wouldn't say it's necessarily as much for inflammation or sauna. There's a lot of great benefits, but also lowers your stress. So lowering your stress has so many more benefits than just the physical heat and the physical cold. It's it actually lowers your stress, which is great for everything. It's great for muscle recovery. It's great for your mental health. It's great for your hair, skin, and nails. Lowering stress is a component of this. And that's why mindfulness and recovery is important for the 7 pillars. So think about all the other factors. Going outside and touching grass, like, oh, I'm going to touch the grass and get sun, and all of a sudden my health is going to be different. Go out in the sun. I know it's ironic because it's January 1st, but it's nice and sunny outside. I go outside, the sun hits your face and your feet are in the grass. It just feels great. It feels great. So it lowers your stress. Go touch a tree. Go for a walk. All right. Carlos Penarano. There's a lot of A's. Carlos Peña Araño. I'm assuming you can't do an Enye in there. Whatever. Carlitos. Help, how I burn my belly fat is the only part of my body where I have fat. Well, that's not true. that's not true. I'm giving Matt Damon on. That's not true. You're not 0% body fat. So that's where you have the most extra and it bothers you. And that's going to be stress, cortisol, right? It's going to store more fat when you have elevated cortisol around your stomach, your midsection, your thighs. So that's important. Nutrition, overall metabolism, environmental factors, estrogenics in your environment. I can't give you advice aside from just saying general shit until I know the details. But yep, that's not the only place you have fat. Just not. No one's 0% body fat. You have fat around your organs. You have fat everywhere. You just don't want too much. Lacey says in the Telegram chat, I have learned hiking after squats is a stupid thing to do. And this is what I talk about a lot with the endurance running and training that I used to do. I used to do deadlifts and heavy fucking leg day and all like heavy deadlifts and shit like that. And then go run on the beach for 8 to 10 miles. And shocker, after a while, because you're running on the beach, sometimes it's like an angle and the sand moves. It's exhausting. And eventually I'll get like tendonitis in my knee and all this other stuff. It was just extra wear without like proper foundation and all the other things I could have been doing at the same time. But jack of all trades, master of none. You do heavy strength training, try to combine it with endurance. You have issues. So it's kind of an illusion. You see someone who's like jacked and ripped and like they're running and stuff. Wow, I want to get big like that person. Let me go running. It's like just because you can build some muscle and go running doesn't mean that you're excelling in any one area. So usually there's a lot of injuries because you're pulling in two different directions. There's a reason why marathon runners don't lift heavy fucking weights and bodybuilders don't do long distance running. Because it takes recovery. So people think nutrition or people think cardio is separate. Well, I did all this training and I'm going to do cardio because that's for my health. That's not muscular. What are you talking about? You have one body, you have one nervous system and brain and spinal cord and your muscles and your organs. You have one liver. You have, it's the same body that's going through all this. So people think that's a different type of exercise. That's something else. You can overtrain just from cardio. If you're lifting heavy weights, you're compromised. Doing more shit on your off days is just beating yourself up more. It makes it harder for everything to recover. Elevated heart rates and stuff like that, constant stress, that's not good. People are usually chronically exhausted, especially people that do like spinning and shit all the time. The cardio addicted crowd, it's not healthy. Levi Dugd, what's your favorite compound training? Squats, hip hinge, a press, my favorite compound training. All right, Jonas, 16. 121. My favorite Star Wars character, Depth Vader. Let's go. Gums, bread and butter. Last one. Any last chance questions, drop in the chat. Do you take any supplements to aid recovery? No, I take supplements for my health and my performance. So think about it differently. I mean, aid in recovery. Anything, food aids in recovery. Proper time management aids in recovery. And recovery takes time. So you're not going to be able to I'm going to speed up my recovery. If you're causing damage, it's just going to take time. So yeah, proper nutrition, proper sleep, all that stuff matters. So I wouldn't say in terms of aiding recovery. I just look at it in terms of aiding performance and filling in the gaps so I have the proper tools to recover from my training. So if you're overtraining, if you're doing too much intensity, volume, frequency, any amount of supplementation is not going to fix that. Of course, you're taking anabolic steroids. Yeah, sure, you can cut down recovery time. That's a different factor, exogenous hormones. But things like creatine, magnesium, these things are great. Electrolytes, all these things. Yeah, they aid in recovery, but they aid in so many more things. So proper nutrition, creatine's great. Magnesium's great. Vitamin D and K2 are great. There's a lot of good things out there, but of course you can also do everything great without supplements if you're eating properly and you have proper time management and scheduling and priorities. So I would say things that are even more important than all that is cutting out blue light at night, red lights, making sure that you allow your body to shift into sleep. Like I mean, I don't always go to sleep at the same time. I could do much better with sleep, but I have no problem falling asleep. Like I'm out within like a couple minutes when I get into bed. So that's really the most important thing, is setting yourself up for a proper good night's sleep. And a lot of times people don't understand how their body metabolizes caffeine. A lot of people are actually very slow metabolizers of caffeine. So even coffee at 11 or 12, like we talk about, keep it 8 or 10 hours away from sleep. Some people metabolize it so slowly, they're actually, that 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock cup of coffee actually negatively affects their sleep at night much more than other people. So you have to really test these things and see if you have issues with sleep. These are things you should address. These are things you should get into, because you can actually change your life dramatically, much more than any kind of like, thing you take at night, or this is going to help me recover. It's really proper program design. Yes, nutrition matters, but it's also going to be proper program design so you actually give yourself the time for recovery and not do too much that limits your recovery. And this is the thing. People look at how they feel in the short term. I don't feel that sore. I can do more, right? Soreness is not it's not an excellent proxy for muscle mass. It's not. You'll get really sore from doing, maybe a stretched position or a different exercise or a different angle where the tension's different. Like, oh my God, I feel so fucking sore. That doesn't mean like, wow, I'm going to build so much more muscle with this. No, it's a new movement. Some of the muscles might have gotten stretched that you haven't stretched in a while. So you feel that kind of like the muscle spindles, the after effects. Holy shit, I got really sore. It's not like you have bigger muscles. You might have some inflammation currently because blood is still trapped in there and you have a lot of swelling and inflammation, but it doesn't mean growth. So if you cut back on, and sometimes you don't know until after the fact. So if you did 3 sets and you felt really fucking sore, then guess what? You probably only needed 2, because that's 33% less. It might not seem like that one extra set. Like, oh, I did 1 set. Let me do 2. Well, that's double the amount of volume. So you have to factor that into account. And the only thing that's going to make that better is not, I'm really sore. What should I do? Well, what you should have done was not as much, or with better form, or not as much volume. So you're not going to aid it by just eating more protein afterwards. You're going to fix that in the future by having better programming. Okay. Just different ways to think about it, but oftentimes it doesn't get addressed or it doesn't get looked at. So yeah, John says yoga will make you sore. I've been there. And that's the thing. You train hard and then, okay, I'm going to do yoga, but then you choose a vinyasa class. Like you're training your muscles and you're putting them under stress. It's hard. It's like a body weight workout. So if you're trying to build maximum muscle, maybe after a hard leg day, you don't do a level 2 vinyasa the next day. You're going to be sore as shit and you're going to compound and make it harder for you to recover. Doing a yin class is different. So proper hydration. Yeah, all those things. All right. You know what time it is. Let's do it.
That's deep.
Absolutely true.
All right.
Give me all the bacon and eggs you have.
All right, I'm going to say it one more time because I just love this soundboard. Make sure you check out papaswolio.com. We got brand new tapestries.
There are
Brand new.
tapestries.
Look at them all.
Many tapestries.
We have many tapestries. We have many tapestries. We have them all over there at papaswolio.com. Go to notretarded.com and pick up your brand new tapestries. They're there for you. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And we need that in the main menu. I love it. I want to see that sign. I want to see tapestries. And people are going to be like, what are tapestries? I should put that at the top of the page, the header. It should just say, we have many tapestries. Just say that. No one's going to understand. No one knows what tapestries are, but they will. I'm making tapestries great again. Mitga. All right. Let's see what we got here, fam. We got a few videos. Pick a number 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. 1 through 5. 1 through 5. We got some funny ones too. So they're not all going to be train wrecks, but you got to choose wisely. All right. You're choosing the grail. You have to choose the cup of a carpenter. So make sure you're correct. All right. 1 through 5. 1 through 5. We're going to take Loretta 2, number 3. Loretta, thank you for jumping on that.
I got hairy legs.
Number 5. Cerny says 5. Mark says 5. Oh, no, 3. Wait. No, Loretta said 3. All right, we'll do 3. This one's called Morning Affirmation.
What's in the box?
Sounds funny.
What's your morning affirmation?
It could be worse. And it will be.
What's your self-care routine?
I suffer. I moisturize and suffer.
What's your retirement plan?
Death.
Oh, God. Oh, Russians. I love it. What's your long-term plan? Death. All right. Let's do another one. Let's go with John. John said number 3. Elizabeth said number 3. Well, that was 3. So let's see. What else? We'll take John's. We'll do number 3 because number 3 is now, or number 4 is now number 3. So we'll just do number 3. This is called No More Gender Affirming Care. I think John is going to the corner and he's like, no, but I picked 3. Too bad. Off with you now.
Cis allies, cis friends, where are you? Why are you so quiet? Today, they released an executive order that will begin the state-sponsored medical executions of trans children.
Something tells me that's not happening. Something tells me that's not happening. Just a thought. I don't think there's any medical executions of trans children. What I think you're trying to say is that there's going to be no more cutting off children's body parts. Are you saying there's going to be less child abuse? That's a positive. Yeah. Less child abuse. I'm a fan. Very nice. Very nice. We like that.
USA, greatest country in the world.
Greatest country in the world. No child abuse. We like. Very much. My cousin Bilo, he raped children. He's gross.
In about 2 months, these rules will take effect in which they will not allow a hospital to receive funding if they give any treatment to trans children, which means the hospitals will have to bow to the pressure. Make no mistake, people will die. Make no mistake, even if you think that gender-affirming care for minors isn't appropriate, which I will argue with that to the end of the world, but even if you think that, don't you think they will stop there? They will take away life-saving medication from every trans person in this country. And if they take my medicine, I will die.
You're gonna die? I'm gonna die if I'm not a woman. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die if I'm not a woman.
If you are my friend and you care about me, you need to do more now. Whatever you're doing, you need to do more. Because if you don't, I will die. And if you don't know what to do, reach out to me.
Don't threaten me with a good time, bro. I'm over here like, what do I got to do? What do I got to do? Do I just do nothing? Like, we're good? That's great news. I'm kidding.
And if you're my friend and I know you, I will tell you something that you can do that I know will be comfortable for you.
Sounds like he's asking for a tyrannical tuck. No, sir, I won't do it. I'm not doing it. Nope.
Your soft, flat triangle that the world never zooms in
I'm gonna
on.
zoom in on that shit. I'm zooming in. Double click.
But you can't do nothing. Because if you do nothing...
What do I do?
I die.
What do I do? Wait, what'd you say? What'd you say?
But you can't do nothing. Because if you do nothing... I die.
All right. This is me doing nothing. I'm doing nothing. So let's go.
Every word.
Let's go.
Was absolutely true.
Okay. Well, thanks for the help. I was
As
curious.
you can see, my nipples have been removed from my body. Where they are, I don't know.
So if I don't do anything, well, I'm not going to do anything. I don't want you to die, but I'm not doing anything. Like, seems a little extreme. This is what I'm talking about. Like, these are problems that save them. It's winning. Okay.
Are you crying?
All right.
Are you crying? There's no crying in baseball.
All right. I feel like Anchorman, where he's like, that is great news. All right. Cool.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Okay, cool. I thought I was going to be obligated to do something, but cool. I don't have to do anything. All right, pick a number 1, 2, or 3. What's it going to be, fam? 1, 2, or 3. Let's get another one here. Excuse me. All right. 1, 2, or 3. Uno, dos, or tres. And by the way, we do have an awesome. Oh, no. That throwback is going to be good. I promise the throwback will be good. We have an FYR card. She's under the doll. She's literally under it. There's my girl. Here's your girl. You sweetie. Get that ear out there. There we go. All right. Pick a number. 1, 2, or 3. Mark, number 3. And it's very fitting that Mark chose number 3 because Mark's the one that's going to have to handle this one. Because this one's called... Mark, because you chose this one's for you. This one's for Mark. Mark is, just so everyone knows, Mark has taken this one. If you don't know what the dick draft is, Mark is the general. And what he does is Mark is on the front lines in Chirac. And he's been taking responsibility for all the blue hairs and the septum piercings. And he's been straightening them out. He's been plowing like nonstop. I mean, I don't know how many boxes of condoms I've sent out to Mark. It's got the little beard logo on the tip. But I think he's been through all of them already. But we got one more for you, Mark. You chose it. So this one's on you.
What's in the box?
This one's on you, Mark. This one's called Septum Fairy. So Mark's like, well, fuck me then. Yep. You wish you would be able to fuck yourself because you're going to see this and you're not going to be happy. Here we go.
Septum theory this, septum theory that. You guys are just jealous that I am swag, awesome, gay, and, yeah, that's it really. Those are the 3 things that I am. Swag, awesome, and gay. That's me. But for real, this septum theory shit is so fucking stupid. Like, sincerely... Like, where are we? There are so many more important things to talk about here on this fucking app right now. Like, if you're commenting septum theory under my posts, I'm blocking you.
Please do. If I get blocked, I can't see that anymore, so. All in favor? Aye.
Wait, your bigger stickers? Here's of this.
All right.
You make me happy.
Welcome to 2026. I was saying, oh, we'll have better posts tomorrow. No. All right. We got one more. Oh, this is great. We're going to end on this. We'll do a throwback. We're going to end on this one. Palate cleanser. I don't know if you guys have seen this show or seen this scene, but it's funny. We're going to cleanse the palate. Here we go. We got one more. I'm picking this one. Then we'll do the swole card and we'll do a throwback. Here we go.
Going to win. Yeah. We're going to win even if I have to go into the auditorium and personally jerk off every guy in the audience.
That's a lot of jerking. Yeah, even if he's jerking 2 at a time, there are what, 800 guys in that room, so that's 400 times whatever the mean jerk time is. The what? Mean jerk time. I mean, it doesn't matter, but hypothetically, time is equal to 400 total jerks at a 2-dick rate.
Unless Ehrlich jerks off 4 guys at a time, and then we can cut that in half.
How would he do 4 guys? He's got 2 hands, so that's 2 dicks at a time, right?
Look, you have 2 guys on either side with their dicks tip to tip, so you're going full length. 4, see?
Oh, from the middle out. That does make sense.
Like 2 shake weights.
Yeah, so what we're trying to do, hypothetically, is minimize time, which is 800 dudes multiplied by mean jerk time divided by 4 dicks at a time. Of course, Ehrlich would have to pre-sort guys by height so that their dicks lined up.
Not by height, technically. The measurement that we're looking for really is dick to floor. Call that D2F.
Huh. Oh my God.
You know, if a guy's dick was long enough, he would be able to reach up or down to another guy with a different D2F. The longer the dick, the greater the D2F bridge. I would still be able to jerk it off in one smooth motion. I would just have to jerk it on an angle. So we're going...
Bigger stickers?
Oh, yeah. When you're too smart for your own guys from the show Silicon Valley. Great scene. Great scene. Fuck. I love how they all like chipped in. They all came like, but wait, if we had the angle, but what about the... It got really technical. Alabaster says, I'm married to an engineer and I have literally heard conversations like this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because here's the thing. Men never really truly grow up. We just learn more things. So then we can apply it to, important information. Case in point, like this show, this is episode 3,528 and we're in the balls deep portion. So case in point, we just finished the knowledge cock and we start with just a tip. So I am no better. We're all here. We're all here like, oh my God, that's so funny. That's ridiculous. I can't believe they wrote that out. Okay, get back to balls deep. This whole show is just built on a running dick joke, essentially. Okay, welcome to 2026 based. All right, let's give away today's Swole card. We have FYR, then we have a throwback. Let's get back to it. Here it is. Here's the Swole card. Let's put it right there. Change a little bit of the focus. Bingo. FYR. Let's give this whore away. Hit that like button. Subscribe, motherfuckers. Bish. What a good clip that was. All right. Winner. She can dinner. It is. Today we got Jeff Tech 35, Mr. Congratulations! I gotta say, winner, steak dinner. Winner, steak dinner. Forget the chicken dinner. Jeff, congratulations. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Swole card 35, 28. In the subject, your mailing address in the body of the email. We'll send you today's Swole card. Very nice, very nice. Golf clap. Excellent.
And look at her. She looks like she's 19 years old, sitting there like a little lady with a race car.
Yeah, that's not weird. Okay. Jeff Tech 35, congratulations. Send us that email and we'll send you this Swole card. All right, we got a throwback. Ooh, Inception pop-up. All right, let's do it. Throwback time. Now, this one is not going to be good because it is, it's Abby Dull. Here we go.
Okay, I don't know who needs to hear this. Unlike the suitcase you overstuffed with like shoes and handbags, fat people are human.
Yeah, and? Some people are putting shoes in their suitcase and they pay extra for the baggage, and some people are stuffing extra Twinkies in their face hole. Based on baggage too.
Accommodating them by allowing them to fly equitably.
No equity, none. You want an SUV, you pay more for it. More car, more power, bigger engine, bigger tires. You pay more for things.
Is a human rights issue.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So when an airline makes an effort to make flying more comfortable and accessible to people in different body sizes, we should be celebrating it, not about it because you feel like you should get a discount because you are underweight.
Man, you are one pathetic
I don't want a discount.
Like, we're not packages being shipped via UPS.
I mean,
yeah, kind of.
What kind of?
We're not packages shipped by UPS. No, or shipped by Delta or Ryanair or Alaska Airlines or Continental or Virgin Air. Like, yeah, you're a package. Thus, it costs more. How many of you have shipped something with UPS? You go to the UPS store or you go to the post office and you tell me, is it the same cost to ship anything? Why would that be? Let me ask you something. Would it cost the same? Would it cost the same to ship? Let's say I have this, reach over here. It's a lens. If I ship this lens across the country, few bucks, right? Okay, depending on how quickly you want it, maybe it's more expensive if you want next day air or whatever the fuck it is. Let's say you're a military contractor, right? Ooh, look at this, ready? Right? Ooh, yeah. Look at this. Yeah, everyone, like, reminds me of the scene in Role Models. Yeah. But if you shipped a Panzer tank and it weighs 15 tons or whatever the hell it weighs, going to be a little bit more to ship. Going to be probably a couple hundred, $50,000, $100,000, whatever, gas, fuel, loading, unloading, maybe more, right? It's going to cost a lot of money to move one of those things. Weight and flying it through the fucking sky. Yeah, it's going to cost more. It's going to cost more. Same thing with your fat ass, because there's something called physics. And if you know anything about airplanes, it can only be so big before it just becomes unrealistic and unfathomable to fly. So you could have something like a SpaceX rocket, but that costs a lot of money to launch, a lot of power for it to break the Earth's gravity. The bigger something is, the more power and energy and fuel and stuff it takes to move it away from the Earth's gravity. Because mass attracts mass. You have a large, you're essentially trying to launch, Elon Musk, you're launching it's not a planet. It's obviously much smaller than the Earth, but the larger you get something, you have to move it off the ground. The same reason why if you're 500 fucking pounds, it takes a lot more effort to raise your ass off the fucking ground. So if we put you on a plane, it's going to use more fuel. It's going to use more space. So there's less space. So, all those things. So you should be charged more. You're charged more with bags. If your carry-on is 300 pounds, they'll put it on the plane, right? You have a big, heavy amount of thing. They'll put it on the plane for you, but you're going to pay a few $100 to get it on there. Like you can ship something, or they'll say this is too large. We can send it, but it's going to be sent separately. We'll bring it down. They'll do it separately, like on a cargo plane. You probably have that too. If you're trying to bring something like, hey, we can't put this in the cargo hold. We have a full flight. So what we're going to do is ship this separately. Here's blah, blah, blah. So anyway, like we're talking about Alabastard saying, my husband's an engineer. Yeah, it's just basic physics. This is basic energy, like understanding. It's ridiculous. So if you are bringing on 200, if I'm 200 pounds and someone's 500, they're bringing on 300 extra pounds, way past the standard for a human being. Human beings are in general like 100 to 200 pounds. Some people are fatter. Okay, so you have a little bit of a grace period. But if you're like a fucking building, you're taking up extra seats. You have to pay for more. You're adding more weight. They're not going to punish you. They probably should over a certain weight. If you're 400 pounds, you should pay a premium. It just makes sense. All right. You give a little leeway. All right. You're just so much more than the average human. You take up more space because we're going to require 2 seats. Blah, blah, blah. I can't believe this needs to be explained. I know Cerny just says, I can't believe just mind blowing. I think it'd be totally reasonable to charge people based on their weight. And most, but they do. Here's the point. They do. You're already paying for that. You're already paying based on weight and space. You're already doing that. So if you look at a plane seat and all the different seats, usually like if it's closer or it's more filled or a premium, usually it's going to be around the same price. Seat 14E is going to be the same as 14D and 14F and 14G or whatever the fuck it is. You're already paying for that. You're already paying for your space and you're paying for your body weight. Okay. So it's just like you're already paying for that range. If you're way outside the range or you want to bring on a fucking suitcase full of bowling balls, well, that's your choice. You're making that choice. Nonsense. Oh yeah, John says I ordered my Rogue sled years ago. It weighs 95 pounds. I'll never forget that shipping fee. Rogue is so expensive. There are things that I've bought with kettlebells where the shipping is the same or more. Try buying load that up into your cart. Go to Rogue and look up how much it is to buy a 202 pound kettlebell. Go look at the monster kettlebells. The shipping cost is freight. It's like the same price as the actual item. It's like $400 or $500 for that one kettlebell. Because it's so fucking heavy. It's small, but someone's got to put it on a rack. They got to put it on the plane. It's fucking heavy. That's why you'll see certain orders, it's freight because they put it on a standard pallet. And then they tie it all down, they wrap it up and they put it all in one pallet. So that's why you ship freight. And then that's why you don't want to just buy one thing. You'll buy 10 kettlebells. Yeah, you pay more up front, but you pay the one freight fee because whatever you fit on that pallet is usually one cost for the shipper. So if you're putting on a pallet, it's like add more. Maybe the shipping's $200, but if you're buying 10 things, shipping's $200 because they put on a pallet. It's a good question. Alex says, who the fuck is using a 200-pound kettlebell? Well, it's 202 pounds, by the way. And no one uses that. in this house. And I have not used that in a while, but I was swinging it for a while. Maybe I'll get back into it, but it's heavy as fuck. It's heavy as fuck. Because of course I need to have the full set. I'm like, well, I have this one. I have 150. Okay, well, there's a 174. And then there's a 202. Well, I got to have those last two. The same reason why I have like a 70-pound steel club that just sits there. It's like, I don't know what I was thinking when I bought that one. It's just, what am I doing? And just this is what I've said before. It just takes so much work to get to the point where I'm using that regularly. Like, I don't know if I'm going to get, but it's great if you want to do like, deep sumo squats. It can be convenient, but it most of the time just sits there. Most of the time, just sit there. But imagine, right? I'm going on a plane. I'm like, I want to bring this 202-pound kettlebell with me. Well, you're going to pay for that. It's not the space only. It's like the whole plane has to lift that 200 extra pounds. And you're going to pay a premium because if they have that much weight, they can't bring other people's stuff. And sometimes if it's a full flight, they won't allow a certain amount because they have every seat filled up plus everyone's baggage they accounted for. You want to bring on 1,000 extra pounds, like you're going to have to ship that separately. All right, enough logic and common sense. Are we good? Yeah, enough logic here. All right, that's it, fam. Congratulations, Jeff and everyone else. Let's see. Michelle says, when I order flooring for a project, customers lose their shit on how expensive the freight is. Yeah, it's brutal. And this is why energy is very important. This is why drilling for more oil. This is why, nuclear energy and solar, just making energy cheaper is so important because everything gets cheaper. It's cheaper to make. It's cheaper to ship things from overseas to manufacture here in the USA. It's cheaper to send things, right? If everyone's prices go up and we're going to just do wind farms instead. It's intermittent. Not ever, it's hard to store and translate and stuff like that. That's why you have barrels of oil. You can ship that anywhere in the world. It's stored energy in a barrel. It's hard to transport. You can't transport electricity, I think, more than like 500 miles. You can't just transport solar energy indefinitely. So it's important to understand how these things work in our life. And if you want to pay cheaper fees for freight, then you need cheaper energy. This is how it works. Anyway, enough edumacation for today, but we'll get more tomorrow. So join the fam, hit the like button. Thanks for being here. Love you, beaches. SwoleNormousX.com. Brad, in the Telegram chat, where do I post an intro when I join the Daily Swole? When you join the Swole fam, you mean? Join us over at SwoleNormousX.com and make sure you post up in the community. So open the app and then post in the community and introduce yourself and let us know what you're about. So we'll see you tomorrow. And no DWG tomorrow, but we will have some more coming this year. That's what she said. We do have a roundtable coming up in the next 2 weeks or so. And we're going to have another bunch of awesome stuff. So we're letting the dust settle. And we got a lot of other things going on for updates. And we're finishing some other stuff from the previous year that we're tying up and putting a bow on it. So things always move faster than you think they do. So focus on the now, focus on your executables, and then pace yourself. Pace yourself. It's coming. It's coming. So anyway, thanks for being here. We do need a roundtable. That's coming soon. So stay tuned. It'll be here before you know it. And until then, we will see you tomorrow for 3529. Congratulations, Jeff. And Happy New Year, everyone. Go to the fucking gym and make those gains. And we'll see you next time. Peace, McGee's, Deuce, Magoose, your boy, Papa Swole. Oh.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they can't laugh and they so mad, it's like
then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in a fanny pack, couple hundred in a Louis bag.
That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint, chill. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Whoa, my shit is relevant. On topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits. I'm in my element, no ollies, you children popping.